My name is Enrico David. We are in my studio in London, in Bethnal Green, which is also my home. It is a way of working and living that I have been using for a number of years. It has a strong, tested quality of interaction between the living and the working. To a great extent, the genesis of my work starts from drawing, and that has been the case for most of my creative life in some ways. I try to decodify information that might lead me to think about how an image in 2D can become a 3D object. And I think that process in itself initiates a lot of exciting and strange problems, which is also the reason why a lot of my sculpture also has a sort of almost struggle to stay in the three-dimensional world rather than stay as a two-dimensional sort of image. The primary material that I use for my work is wax. The wax has this wonderful quality of being very friendly to the touch, in that way of absorbing signs and marks in a very loyal manner. Until about 9 years ago, I was producing most of the work myself. Then I started working with an assistant. My collaboration with Stephen has become like a very particular dialogue. We think in ways that has a sense of references that is so particular to our sort of world. So I go from the creation of a small version of the drawing that could be just like a very rudimentary maquette in some ways. And then from there, we try to understand the size of an object, how big an object that starts from an A3 drawing needs to be as a sculpture. The polymer plaster, which is the evolution from the traditional plaster that I was using before, has opened up this quality of the work to resemble an organic material like a bone or something which looks like ivory sometimes. Objects that resemble furniture or that have a sense of potential functional use like a table or a chair have had in the past and in the present an important role in my work, because there's almost like this utopian idea of the work being aided by almost like a whole set of reality that it inhabits. I have been accused of surrealism in the past, but I feel like, it's something that I take with great honor, but it's not something that I have worked towards. It's just, in a sense, the work drives the voice and develops the voice. I'm fascinated by the use of facial expressions. It was quite soon that I realized that the use of the human form was the easiest and most direct way to explore my creative process, in a way, my creative drive. I really do think of artists as databases and accumulators of experiences and informations that we end up finding a way to use rather than just be passive recipients of them. There is almost like a utopian form of activism inherent to the creative process, which is about changing the reality that you're in, not only by trying to express your response to it, but to actually say, if it was down to me, I would just do it like that. So it's almost like a symbolic form of protest